This lesson is about the full analysis of our poem that we've been studying, Sad Joke on a Marae. So this lesson, this PowerPoint, this video, is going to require quite a lot of concentration and quite a lot of patience and some following along on your own resources. So you may want to do this in pieces, which is absolutely fine, so a little bit each day, but it's very important content for what you're going to do in the exam. You won't be able to write an essay on Sad Joke on a Marae for level 1 English without this stuff. So this is a key lesson here. So we're going to be closely reading Sad Joke on a Marae, so analysing the language within it and unpacking what that means. So looking at the language techniques, the effects of that language, and understanding how those quotes support an idea or a theme or a message like cultural identity or cultural dislocation. And that's how you structure a level 1 argument, also known as a level 1 essay. So you're exploring how the language choices contribute to the understanding of the text as a whole. So this is what you're going to need in front of you for this lesson. You'll need your copy of Sad Joke on a Marae, so the poem itself. You're going to need some highlighters or some coloured pens or pencils. Otherwise, it won't work very well for you. You'll need the language techniques sheet that I handed out to you a couple of weeks ago. That's on Classroom Notebook. You'll need the analysis sheet, which I've handed out in class, which is also on Classroom Notebook, and obviously a pen or a pencil to take your notes. So feel free, like I say, to take this at your own pace, but make sure you write down what you need to write down, and I will tell you what you're writing down. So, language techniques, what are they and what do they specifically do? So, language techniques, also known as language features, are devices used by writers to imply meaning and ideas in their work. So, writers specifically use different kinds of language to express what they want people to understand through their poems. And that's what a level 1 essay is asking you to do, is explain how writers create meaning. So some benefits for the reader of the poem. It's important to think about why we look at poems in this way. So what are some benefits for the reader of unpacking language themselves? So it could be it builds interest in a way because you need to look deeply within it into yourself. It could draw on your own experiences because people will see or read different things into different styles of poems and text. Or it could imply to you that you know very little about the subject matter and inspire somebody to go and find out more. Because knowing nothing about something is as important as knowing a lot about something, because it all contributes to your understanding and the way you interpret the text. So as I discussed in the previous video, these are the techniques that you will need to be familiar with from Sad Joke on a Marae. And as you can see, they're all color-coded. Now I recommend that you take these notes, what's on the screen right now, you write that down or get a copy of it from Classroom Notebook and color code these same things. So color code them on your copy, because that's how I'm going to be running the analysis, is via color. Okay, so you need to make sure that your highlighting makes sense. Okay, so for me, the illusion is red, the repetition is orange, and so on, and that's going to be how I do it all the way through. So as we go through the poem, you're going to need to highlight the quote that is that particular language feature, which will be on the screen in front of you, and then go over to your analysis sheet and fill in the information. So you will need to pause the video here if you haven't already and take this down and color code it. And of course, we can't forget the process of unpacking quotes that we looked at last time. So those 3 questions: what is the quote showing? How is the quote showing it? And why is the quote showing it? So all the analysis we're doing today is based around those 3 questions. What is it saying? How is it saying it? And why is it saying it? Why is it important? So that's what you're going to be recording on your analysis sheets. So here's the first stanza of Sad Joke on a Marae. Tihei Moriora I called. Kupe Paikia Te Kuti Rewi and Tarokraha. I saw them, grim death and wooden ghosts carved on the meeting house wall. So you can see that there are 3 separate quotes highlighted in 3 different colours. So you should pause the video here and do that highlighting on your own copy of the poem. And let's get into the analysis. So that first line, Tihei Moriora, I called. So what is that showing? What is it showing us? Tu's disconnection from his tribe as he does not know Porphyry protocol. So at the beginning of the Porphyry, the guest calls second.